Some decently good news, it looks like, for Xbox fans, especially if you're looking for Final Fantasy games, finally coming to Xbox. See what I did there? Final Fantasy finally coming. Yeah, I get it. I'm hilarious. Anyway, this news comes very recently, actually. It looks like Final Fantasy 16, the big release for the Final Fantasy series, could finally be coming to Xbox, and I have more information for you guys with that. So while Final Fantasy 16 may still only be available on the PlayStation 5 as of right now, according to the producer of the game, Mr. Yoshida, the game could land up on other consoles after it launches on PC. Square Enix's exclusivity deal with Sony has long frustrated Final Fantasy fans who may have elected to settle down with Xbox hardware. Based on current developments, Microsoft's console may soon be home to some of the more recent entries in the franchise. The word's still out on Final Fantasy VII Remake Trilogy. That could still be a very different thing. Sony has a lot of ties to Final Fantasy VII, being that Final Fantasy VII was a huge release on, the original PlayStation, and they want something there to sort of go along for the ride or whatever. Just remember, they also did that with the original Crash Bandicoot when they came out with the remakes of those games. That was exclusive on PlayStation just because a lot of people just associated Crash Bandicoot, with everything. So anyway, I feel like that is very interesting. At the same time, I do feel like it's one of the things that obviously a lot of Xbox fans want to see. Speaking to Noisy Pixel, it looks like Yoshida commented that once the development team is finished porting Final Fantasy 16 to PC, they'll be hopefully moving on to other platforms as well. And while Xbox isn't mentioned by name, it's the only other piece of hardware that the veteran developer could be alluding to, given that the Nintendo Switch doesn't have the power to run Final Fantasy without some serious downgrades to the graphics. Yoshida does go on to say that the undertaking to bring the game to other platforms will also allow the studio to come to terms with the project's conclusions. So again, that could be very, very good news for a lot of people. Sony's exclusivity deal with the most recent games blocked them from launching on Xbox, but the winds could be changing. So I think that is really, really good news as well. Again, we have Final Fantasy 14 finally on Xbox, and apparently that was something that, a lot of people were looking forward to and things like that. I think Sony's exclusivity deals, they are what they are. They're going to continue to do things that benefit them as a platform. I can't fault them for that. At the end of the day, they're going to do what they're going to do. And, there's nothing that myself or you or anybody can really do against that. That's just realistically the idea that, for me anyway, it's always kind of been that way. Companies are going to go ahead and do what they got to do to kind of earn people to buy their platforms and things like that. So, I look at this as a certain way, and I think, Microsoft probably has to pay a lot more money to get things on game. Even games like this, right? Like, let's just be real. Final Fantasy is a game that probably should come to Xbox, but we also live in a world where, you have to be able to have games on your platform that are going to be exclusive. Microsoft doesn't really get that understanding. They think that, hey, why can't everything be on everything? They don't understand, I think, the ins and outs of kind of what's going on with the world. When you have a piece of hardware, you have to be able to give people a reason to buy into that hardware. So, when I look at this and I say, okay, listen, Microsoft kind of has lost their way with certain things, obviously they're going to have to go out there and be able to give people some reason to buy the platform. I feel like they haven't really done a good job of that this generation, but I'm hopeful, and then if they can keep putting out some some great games, why not? But I think Final Fantasy, these are types of games that should be on everything. And again, I'm sure there's a lot of Xbox fans that would look forward to this. At the end of the day, I feel like we're just one of those kind of in one of these weird holding patterns, and it doesn't do anybody any good. I would love to see Microsoft go out there and make things that just blow everybody away, but they're so indoctrinated with nonsense that it's just one of those things that it's hard to really 100% support them anymore or have that trust. But again, this is kind of getting off course a little bit. I hate for it to turn into a rant about some of this stuff anyway, but who knows about Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth. I doubt they come to Xbox, or if they do, it probably won't be until all 3 parts of that have been released. Many critics have praised Final Fantasy XVI for its thrilling combat and dense world. The community was a little bit less sold on the game. A common complaint is that while battles are indeed action-packed, switching to a more action-oriented system instead of turn-based robbed the experience of a core Final Fantasy pillar. I have to chime in here. I don't know much about Final Fantasy because I haven't really played many. I played the first Final Fantasy VII Remake, first part of that, and I liked it for what it was, but that was action. And I guess the original version of that was turn-based or whatever. So I definitely prefer the action combat as to the turn-based stuff, But that's just me. I'm sure that there's people that like the original style a little bit better. But like I said, for me personally, I enjoy, kind of things the way that they are. A little bit more action, a little bit more new. Some nuanceness there or whatever. Hopefully, anyway. I don't know. That's just one of the things. And I hope that, if you're an Xbox fan and you want, something like this, then go for it. Let people know. Let them know. And when it does come out, buy the game. I mean, that could be, to be honest with you, that's my biggest kind of thing that I tell people. If you want these games on your platform, when they do come to your platform, buy the games. So many people just, whatever. And that's so unfortunate because you're never going to get anything that way, But anyway, we'll see what happens. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm Crap Gamer. This has been Crap Gamer Reviews. If you enjoy the content, please leave a like on the video and maybe even possibly consider subscribing. That helps the channel out tremendously and would mean a lot to me personally. Like I said multiple times, it really does help out. So, I know a lot of people don't think so, but it does. It really kind of comes down to the fans and what you guys are going to be doing. So thank you guys so much for rocking out with me. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Rack 'em up. Crap Gamer out.